violence against Muslims, or even more troubling, the violence against Sikh Americans who were mistaken for Muslim American. I remember in 2011 there was a really frightening story of two elderly Sikh men in the Sacramento area who were gunned down outside of their home. These were grandparents who were out on a casual stroll in their community, shot to death by someone who we believe only targeted them because of their turbans. And so individually, our communities are very small, and yet we're dealing with this large ongoing problem. And the only way that we make progress is if we fight it together. Because the thing targeting us is the same, because the idea of xenophobia and stereotyping that transforms into violence targeting the most vulnerable in our communities is the same. I actually would argue that it's easier for us to build bridges around this. I mean, one thing that was incredibly powerful for me as a young American Muslim immediately post 9/11 was hearing from our Japanese American colleagues who came forward the same day and said, you know, we've been through this. We've been through what happens when something like this can be blamed on an entire community and we won't stand for it. And the quote that I always share with people is something that really inspired me to stand up, not only when it's our community that's targeted, but all communities. It was from an elderly Japanese American in the Los Angeles area. I don't know his name, I don't remember where he is, but you should know that he's inspired me for a decade following. He shared that, you know, it's sort of a natural reaction to stand up against injustice when you are the victim. But where you define courage is when you stand up when you are not the victim, when you stand up based on principles, when it's not you that's being targeted, when it's not you that's afraid of being thrown into an internment camp, or not you that's afraid of a hate crime, but you're standing up because you know that targeting and xenophobia and racism are wrong.
Thanks. This question is for Amelia and this question is for Amelia and Wei in Philadelphia. This is my first time meeting with you guys, but I know both of you by reputation and from your work on the ground as organizers and activists in Philadelphia. I can't help but compare the organizing around the Vincent case to what went down with the anti-Asian and anti-immigrant violence at South Philadelphia High. Can you talk about your experiences with that and any lessons or parallels you drew from the Vincent case? Can you talk about your case?
So my name is Amelia and I'm a community organizer with the Love Movement. We're just going to introduce ourselves and then talk about what happened at South Philadelphia High School in 2009. That was a catalyst moment